Everyone, how are you? My name is Camille Shamokin, and I am coming with another video for the Montego Bay Getaway. This video is for flights leaving out of Cleveland, Ohio. So if you live in Cleveland or the surrounding Cleveland area, this is the perfect video for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through how to find flights through Priceline, then upload them into a PDF, and then ultimately provide that information to Airfordable so you can go ahead and book those flights. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to put in Cleveland. So when I book flights, I don't put in the city. I put in the airport code. Okay. The reason why I put in airport codes for cities because I want to ensure that I am leaving out of the correct airport and I'm flying into the correct airport. And the only way you can do that and ensure that is if you input the airport code versus the city. So the airport code for Cleveland is CLE. As you can see, it popped up. And then the airport code for Jamaica, Montego Bay, Jamaica is MBJ. And then we're going to input May 27th through the 30th. So a lot of people ask me, should I fly out the day before? Should I fly out the day of? I recommend that you fly out the day of. We're only going to the Caribbean. If this was a trip to Africa, Asia, and even Europe, I would probably recommend that you fly out the day before. But since you're not flying out the day before, you definitely want to just fly out the day of. So if you're booking for multiple people, you can put that here. But if you're just booking for yourself, you can put one. And we're going to find flights. Okay. So I see two good options, or at least I did see two good options. Here's the good option I seen. Okay. So I'm going to go over why I don't like these options up here. One, you have a 20-hour flight going to Jamaica. I honestly think that's ridiculous. There's no reason why you need to be on a 20-hour flight going to Jamaica when you're only less than 10 hours away. Okay? And so that's why I'm a really big fan of this one because you leave at 6 a.m., you get to Jamaica at 20 p.m., you leave at 12:10, get back home at 10:56. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. So when you're looking up flights and you're in your room by yourself trying to figure this stuff out, I want to give you some tips on booking these flights. One, you want to make sure that whatever flight you are booking is has a that has a total flight time of under 10 hours. There's really no reason. Well, let me scratch that because some flights have longer layovers, like a 4 to 5 hour layover. So you should not be taking flights that are longer than 15 hours. Let's put it that way. Especially if it has a longer layover. Even then, 15 hours is really pushing it for me because honestly, you shouldn't have a layover that long that pushes your flight over the 15-hour mark. So, one thing I like is that you do fly up into Toronto and you have a 1 hour and 45-minute layover in Toronto. And then on your way back home, you have a 4 hour and 30-minute layover. So this is an example of a longer layover, but the flight is still under 10 hours, which is ideal. Okay. So both of these look great to me. A 1 hour and 45-minute layover is not too bad. A 4 hour and 30-minute layover isn't too bad for me either. So I'm just gonna say we're gonna go ahead and book this. So airlines are always going to recommend that you upgrade. And honestly, you can upgrade later. I'm not going to upgrade right now because that's not my priority. My priority right now is to ensure that my flights are booked because I can always go back and upgrade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to not check out, but I'm going to save this information as a PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and click on print. And then from print, I'm going to save. And then I'm going to save this. The reason why I put the airport codes, because it's easier for me to remember, that flight. So I'm going to save that. Once I save that information, I need to go to Airfordable. And Airfordable is not up here. Okay. So you want to type in Airfordable. You want to sign in. Once you sign in, it's going to bring you down to this box. And then what you need to do is you need to input your dates. And then it's going to ask you to input the price of the flight. So this is $457.05. I'm going to copy that. And then it's going to ask you, do you want to pay every 2, 3, or 4 weeks? I'm going to go with every 4 weeks. And then this information is going to pop up. So the service cost is basically the service cost that you are paying to Airfordable to set this up for you. If you have any available air credit, that will populate there. And then they'll let you know about the total. And then they will tell you what your upfront payment is due today. And then they will give you your payment schedule. And they will let you know what that schedule looks like. And then if you like everything, you can say, hey, I want to go ahead and book this. So let's go ahead and do that. This process is fairly quick. I think the longest part is actually finding the flight that you want. But once you want to upload it, it's fairly easy. So I'm going to let them know I'm booking this with Priceline. And then I found that. So I'm not booking it with Priceline. I found the flight on Priceline. And then I'm going to press next. They're going to ask me about where are you flying out of. I'm flying out of Cleveland, which is CLE. And I'm flying into MBJ. And then I'm going to let them know this is a round trip flight and press next. They're going to ask for dates. So I'm putting May 27th through the 30th. Press next. The cost of the flight is $457.05. Press next. And then you can choose between paying every 2, 3, or 4 weeks. I'm going to click on 4 weeks. And then all this information will repopulate. And then I'm going to press accept. And then here's where you'll put your information in. So your first, middle, last name, gender, date of birth, and seating preference. If you are booking for additional travelers, you don't have to fill out a form every time for them. You can just add them up. And you could put their first, last name, gender, date of birth, and seating preference. And that's one of the features that I really like with Airfordable is that they make it very easy for you to add additional travelers. So if you are traveling with family, you're traveling with a spouse, whatever the case may be, friends even, you can book their flights and pay on their flights for them. And then next is going to ask you for your card information. I'm not going to go any further because there's some very sensitive information down there. But yeah, you guys, you'll just put your card info, billing address, and then you'll press like book your flight. And then Airfordable will take it over from there. So they will deduct your flight. they will give you another copy of your payment schedule. And then if you have any questions for Air Affordable, you can always reach out to them through their chat. They're very responsive and they get back fairly quickly. So you don't have to worry about waiting days and days on end to hear back from Air Affordable. They get back to you typically within 48 hours, okay? And then if you have any additional questions about flights and you want to get my insight, I will be more than happy to like look over your flight info for you. So, without any further instruction, that is the video to book your flights on Air Affordable using Priceline. So thank you so much for being a part of this video and watching it. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.